Well, we have some big news coming in with respect to the ongoing AI summit. A spokesperson for Bill Gates has confirmed that he will indeed be attending the AI Impact Summit. The spokesperson has clarified that Bill Gates' visit is very much on schedule and that he will be delivering his keynote address as planned at the summit itself. Let me go across to my colleague Madhav Das Gopal Krishnan for more on this. Madhav, what's the latest with respect to Bill Gates? Because there was speculation that he might not make an appearance. All those speculations have now been put to rest by the spokesperson. What has he said?
Well, there has been a lot of speculation since this morning, as you rightly put it, Siddharth, that Bill Gates is not going to be attending. His name is not there on the website, is what some on social media had posted. But when we checked with the office of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation here in New Delhi, they have very clearly clarified that he's very much on schedule. He is, as far as the plenary session is concerned, on the 19th at 11:50. Bill Gates' name is there on the website, and that has been clarified from his office. So the entire controversy surrounding Bill Gates and whether or not he will attend the AI summit, clearly at this point of time with this clarification would be dying down. But certainly, of course, we do know the controversies surrounding Bill Gates when it comes to the United States and, of course, in the context of the Epstein files. How that will reflect, of course, in the coming days during the course of Mr. Gates' visit is something that remains to be seen. Absolutely,
Madhav. So was the speculation triggered by the backdrop of the Epstein files, his name appearing despite his multiple clarifications that Epstein's emails that had named him were in fact emailed to Epstein himself, and that there was no involvement as far as Bill Gates is concerned? He also expressed regret at having met Jeffrey Epstein in the past as well. Despite that, there's been speculation about his presence.
Absolutely, because the kind of crimes that have been alleged as far as Epstein files, as we all know, are extremely abhorrent. They've created a huge amount of outrage across the world, from not just the United States, from the UK to the Middle East, different countries, where we are seeing a lot of questions being raised about those who've been named and who have been in touch with Epstein. Of course, in the case of Mr. Bill Gates, he has given out an interview. He has even clarified his position that you just articulated there, Siddharth. But despite that, of course, the controversy surrounding his presence here in India, and of course, at a time when this AI summit is happening, he has been visiting different states of the country. All of that, of course, reflected through the comments of various prominent personalities, particularly, of course, on social media. There have been a lot of questions raised as to his entire visit, and particularly the timing of it coming so close to the release of the Epstein files.
And finally, Madhav, Bill Gates himself has had a very long association with India. His foundation has been working very closely in the field of health, among other sectors as well. And his keynote address was, in fact, widely anticipated at the summit as well, because, of course, he'll be rubbing shoulders with the likes of Sundar Pichai as well as Sam Altman, among others. So this was a visit that many people were, in fact, looking forward to.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, Bill Gates is one of the world's richest men. He has also run one of the biggest philanthropic organizations through the foundation that I just mentioned. And as you rightly pointed out, he has been working in the field of healthcare, promoting vaccines, promoting various efforts to eradicate dreaded diseases that exist in various parts of India. So certainly to that extent, he has been his foundation has worked with state governments, particularly in the field of healthcare, and of course pushing for vaccinations where required as far as certain diseases are concerned. And given the fact that that particular session which you mentioned has some of the biggest names of tech, from Sam Altman onwards, clearly, of course, Bill Gates' presence was one of the widely anticipated ones in terms of what his views will be as far as the future of AI is concerned. And, of course, given the fact that this is, of course, one of the biggest such summits surrounding AI that India has ever organized, where you have top heads of state from different countries visiting, as well as, of course, several of the tech titans. So to that extent, certainly a very, very anticipated session. But as we have just confirmed for our viewers, that session has not yet been cancelled and is still very much on schedule.
All right. Many thanks for that important detail that you've shared with us, Madhav, that Bill Gates will indeed be visiting the summit as planned and delivering his keynote address. Let me go across to my colleague Pragya as well. Pragya, there was a lot of domestic politics here in India about Bill Gates' scheduled visit. Some opposition politicians, in fact, asking the government to uninvite him in the backdrop of his name appearing in the Epstein files. However, that's not what's happened. He will indeed be making an appearance.
Absolutely, Siddharth. There's a lot of politics and opposition is also raking this up in view of AI Summit, and in fact, Bill Gates is one of the key speakers. But what you cannot take away from Bill Gates right now is that he is one of the pioneers in the field, and in fact, what he says and what he does is also make a lot of impact around the world. And he had already been invited, and when it comes to Epstein files, there the Department of Justice is yet to prosecute anyone for that matter. In fact, for that, there must be some kind of reason to also arrest few of the people that have been named in Epstein files. But in lack of the evidence, and also it is not a justification, but government has already invited Mr. Bill Gates, and if he is invited, he will speak, and this is what Bill Gates Foundation is saying right now, that he will deliver his keynote speech as planned, as scheduled, and there is no cancellation as such. In fact, not just here, but he had also gone to Andhra Pradesh and also visited their greenfields, various facilities, and in fact has praised Andhra Pradesh government on their innovation in healthcare education. So he has been touring many states as well who have invited Mr. Bill Gates, and he will be speaking along with several keynote speakers like Mr. Sam Altman of OpenAI, and also Sundar Pichai, Google CEO. They are all going to be here at the AI Summit. But opposition, you are right, they are making it an issue, saying why did you invite Bill Gates to this particular event. But the kind of logic, because in diplomacy these kind of logic didn't work. Mr. Trump was also named in Epstein files, but should government of India stop dealing with Mr. Trump as his president of US is a very big question. So all of these questions have maybe raised by opposition, and government is saying this is not the right time to raise all of this question, because the focus of the government here is well-being and welfare of everyone through technology, and this is a major goal in front of the government, as this is one of the biggest international AI summit scheduled in global south for the very first time. So the importance, significance of it is, and also the far-reaching impact of it is going to be seen very soon in all the policy making decisions that are going to be taken world around on this AI, and also the challenges revolving around AI. So the government is very focused on this particular subject, and in fact they believe that they are spearheading, they are leading in this particular sector, and they should not be mired in any such controversy. Right now it is not an apt time even for the opposition to raise any controversy surrounding the summit.
And Pragya, Bill Gates, like we were discussing earlier, has been working very closely with this government, as he has done with the governments of the past in India as well, in multiple sectors, health among others as well. So there is a long association that he's had in terms of cooperating with the Indian government on multiple issues that his foundation has also been involved in.
Absolutely, Siddharth, and he had been, contributing to various charities through his NGO in various sectors, including health and education, and he has invested a lot in India. But having said that, for a person to be not invited or delisted from a very I would say a very coveted list of speakers is for that you need to have very solid reason and evidence to put that person, not just on the basis of allegation, but you should have solid evidence against that person to do that, and that would be a very big step. So the government of India has to look at every angle before they come to a conclusion that they do not want this person on the speakers list. And there is a lot of verification that went into before finalizing this list as well. Government of India knows the impact of such speakers, and also what it means for the AI summit, and also the India's role in AI sector as well.
All right, many thanks, Pragya. We'll wait and see as to how that keynote address now proceeds. Bill Gates, spokesperson, has confirmed that he is indeed participating in the AI Impact Summit. Now, the AI Impact Summit in New Delhi has brought together global leaders, technology giants, startups, and researchers to deliberate on the future of artificial intelligence through the lens of inclusion, responsibility, and measurable impact. As the first major AI summit hosted in the global south, the event also underscores India's ambition to shape global AI norms while advancing domestic capacity. Let's tune in to this ground report.
India AI Summit 2026 has now commenced. This 5-day flagship event is boasting to be one of the largest AI summit in the world, and in fact the first from the global south. All around me, you'll be able to see thousands of exhibitors who've come in here to showcase how India is leading, in fact, the conversation of AI when it comes to the global stage. Around us, multiple solutions on the screens. First is a legal aid AI solution. Right next to it is Meta. On the other hand, we're also seeing sovereign AI models that are developed through Indian literature to describe and in fact tackle Indian problems. All around us, in fact, there is AI in health, in education, in social sector as well. And the entire core of this theme for India AI Impact Summit remains around Sarjan Hitai.
I'm being joined in by Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav. Sir, thank you for joining us on Times Now. AI Summit is happening. How do you see this AI Impact Summit?
This is world's biggest AI Impact Summit, and the way it has created the huge energy which is visible here, the interest which the VC community is showing in our Indian deep techs, the interest which the infra players are showing in the infra layer, that's phenomenal. Over the next 2 years, we can expect about $200 billion worth investment coming into our country, and VCs are pledging significant amounts. So far I know about $10 billion funding from VCs is clearly committed towards Indian deep tech startups. The digital public infrastructure framework and the technology adoption which our Honorable Prime Minister has created over the last decade, that has created a framework where population scale problems can be solved using AI, and that is the huge enthusiasm and energy that you can see in this summit, in this hall, in the other halls where the sessions are right now going on. All the sessions are overflowing. We have more than 3 lakh registrations, and the way the youth has adopted this new technology framework, it's phenomenal.
So, Global South and Global North is converging at Bharat Mandapam. How do you see that the last mile connectivity of AI?
That's very interesting. The Global South is now taking leadership in AI, and very nicely you have put it that Global South and Global North are converging because the world today recognizes our capabilities, India's capabilities, and the framework which our Prime Minister has created. The world recognizes that, and it's in that recognition that so many heads of states and more than 100 leaders from the industry are visiting.
Before I let you go, have we been a bit late with the AI journey?
Absolutely not. Our sovereign models, if you see them today, they are comparable to some of the best on so many different parameters. With very frugal resources, our teams have been able to create such solutions.
Thank you, sir. So you heard it here. This was Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav talking to us here in Bharat Mandapam at the AI Impact Summit 2026, telling us that how India is looking at future using AI. The North and South, the Global North and Global South are converging to ensure that the last mile connectivity of AI is also possible. Here in New Delhi with camera person Sanjeev Chhetri, Rishabh Pratap for Times Now.
So that was my colleague Rishabh speaking to the Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav. We'll slip into a short break. We'll come back with more on this.